back into another episode of Morning Edition. I'm Queen City News anchor Annie Satowski. We've got Austin McCollum joining us because Julian and Jason decided to just do whatever. Ted Phaeton, as always, and Queen City News anchor Will Lewis joining for the first time. Welcome.
First time. We here.
All right, so we picked some good topics today. We catered them specifically to you. But we have to talk about first is Ted has been talking for months about this competition. It has sparked many a debate. Mm-hmm. We're not going to go into that one, but a lot of it was what is considered a professional athlete. Ted now considers himself a professional athlete because he just completed a high rocks race, which I had never heard of this before. But first of all, Ted, congratulations.
Thank you.
You trained really hard for it. We heard about it a lot on commercial breaks, and I'm here for it. I'm here to support you, buddy. But I've never heard of this before until a couple of months ago when you brought this up. So what the heck is a high rocks race?
So I'll kick it off with that, explaining what high rocks is. It started in Germany. It has since echoed worldwide. I believe it's the third season here in the United States, and it's a hybrid endurance race. What I mean by that is it mixes running with functional fitness movements. So it's a total of an 8K with 8 functional movements along the way. Broad jump burpees being one of them. You see me and my partner doing it right now in the video. And they break it down into different divisions. So they have the open division, which is for everyone to sign up. You can sign up for the pro division as well, which is a little bit more challenging, heavier weights. And then they have the Elite 15, which are some of the best in the world. But what I love about High Rocks is while it goes to the top with the Elite 15 and the best of the world, it also goes down to the other end of those who are just wanting to challenge themselves. I hear you whistling out there. Stop looking at my partner like that.
Stop.
Y'all looking at you.
We try. We did train for this, but one of the things they say is High Rocks is for everyone. And I'm talking about, I saw moms, grandmothers this weekend, folks that have overcome cancer and they're just doing a fitness challenge for themselves. So whether you're out there trying to test yourself and get a new time, or if you're just out there trying to give yourself a mental challenge, doesn't matter the time, you just want to get through it. All walks of life, all different fitness levels compete in this. And it's just beautiful to see from start to finish. And they give you a cool patch.
Yeah, we shot one of these. Here.
Oh, wait, where's the pro athlete part come into it? That's what I was like.
Well, so my partner and I. Exactly. Good things Julian is not here. I did partner with the company. They represent different athletes when it comes to these High Rocks competitions. They're an official partner of High Rocks, and I use them for my supplements. I use them for my health, and it helps increase my workout. I'll say personally about 20 to 30% my outputs have increased with this company. So when we compete and when we are out there on the field, we get to rock their logo, rock their name, help bring awareness to them. So that's where the professional athlete comes into play, because I'm competing in an athletic competition, and there's a company that's branded on me and signed paperwork as a partner as well. So I think that qualifies.
I don't think we have time for that debate. We need a whole separate episode.
Yeah. I think we've got that one on here.
Did we?
Yeah.
It's been so long.
Because we talked about gymnastics. But my question, Ted, how often do you work out to be able to do this?
So, I mean, I average maybe 4 times a week, minimum 4 times a week. Even active recovery walks, we do. My wife and I, we do a lot of walks. I do jogs, run. We joined a run club here in Charlotte. So I aim for maybe 4 weeks. And this mixes in with Muay Thai or my pure workouts in the gym. I just try and stay active.
Your jump is insane on this.
Yeah, look at that. Here we go.
I told my partner.
Frame.
So my partner and I, and the good thing is, so you could do it open singles, you could do it partners, or that's doubles, or they do mixed doubles, so you could do it your spouse, or you could do a different relay where they split them up along the way. But he's like, what are you strong at? I was like, I can jump really far. And they don't say how many burpees. They don't say how many burpees you have to do. They only say the distance that you have to do the burpees for. So I was like,
efficiency.
I couldn't, but you have to do it in between each jump. So I couldn't just like do a bunch of long jumps and then do like one burpee.
Yeah, no, it's one burpee into the broad jump. And I know, Austin, I believe you have the website for folks who are wondering like how this works. So it's a total of an 8K run. It starts with the 1K run and then the first station. And then you can see here, there's 8 different stations: the ski erg, sled push, sled pull. And then from there, you go into those broad jump burpees, which are brutal. And then the rowing machine, which I know we've had 24 Foundation with their 24 hours of duty, their 24,000 meter row. So if you've done that, this is something that you could be confident in. And then farmers carry, walking lunges, and then you end it with the wall balls, which we underestimated. It is.
At the end of all of that, too.
Yeah, 100 wall balls.
So that was what? Your time was an hour, 20 minutes?
Hour and 12 minutes.
12 minutes?
Yeah.
And so doing wall balls at the end, how did you feel?
Oh, my. The vertigo started to settle in. Yeah. Your boy was not okay. But, and the thing about it is the finish line's right there. So, my partner and I were like, send it. Like, we're just, everything you got, give it. You're at the last station in there. So you really are pushing it to the limit. And, that if you saw the first video, we collapsed shortly after hitting the finish line. Right here, yeah. We run through. And then, like, we give each other a pound. We realize what we did, and then
like,
we walk over to the corner and just melted into the ground. Yeah, just like,
the surrender cobra. Well, we're very proud of you. Will, would you ever try to do something like this?
You know what? When Ted was breaking it down, I was okay when he started doing everything, and then he got to the burpees, and I was like, I'm out because I don't even like doing lunges. So the burpees, and then he got to the wall balls, and I'm like, what is that?
Hold on. This comes from the guy who, on a commercial break one day, looks at his phone, is like, I think I'm going to hit a quick 5 after the show, running 5 miles.
5 miles? Like
5 miles. Talking about, I'm going to hit a quick 5 miles.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I have not hit a quick 5 in a while. It's been more of a medium 5. It's not been a quick 5.
Okay, so my question is, what do you think it would take an average person? Like, how long do you think they'd have to train to be able to get into something like this?
It depends on your starting point.
Yeah. I would say this. I think it's very obtainable for everyone listening, right? They say Hyrox is for everyone, and they have all the different levels. So for me, it was a 4-month lead time that I trained for. I think a lot of folks, if you give yourself 3 to 4 months, you'll be able to do it. It's a self-paced race. So it depends on the mindset that you have going into it. If you're in there trying to crush a time, that's probably more of the experienced former athletes, things like that. But if you're just looking for a challenge, there's no rush. It's just about getting through it. No one's going to push you even faster than you need to.
Fair enough.
I love it.
All right. Well, Ted, we are proud of you. So kudos to you. And after that, I'm sure you, yes, Bob, I'm sure you wanted to just smash like a fat burger, pizza, something like that. And we've got a lot of good restaurants in Charlotte. So good. They are earning a fantastic and highly touted designation. We'll tell you what that is when we come back. Welcome back into Morning Edition. If there is one thing that you can count on the morning show is that we like to
Yes.
We talk about food almost every commercial break, and our producer Austin is like, y'all are going to talk about food on the show again?
And
we're like,
constant struggle.
So it is a constant struggle. We have to pull ourselves back. But today we are talking about it because Charlotte just got a huge award and designation. And I'm really glad we have Will here with us today because you are our newsroom foodie.
It's the only reason why I came in.
Exactly. I asked him to come on the show and I said, we're going to talk about this. And this is a Michelin star. Charlotte has earned its first Michelin star. North Carolina has earned its first Michelin star. The restaurant is called Counter. Will, have you been? What do you think about it? You said, oh, let me check the app. So you have the app. You are deep into this.
I will say the app updated last night. I have not been to Counter, but I have been to a lot of other places. And I mean, this is just an exciting time for our region because you have to think for a long time, people were saying Michelin stars. It was like the East Coast, it was the West Coast, maybe a little bit up north, but nobody really recognized the restaurants here in the South. And for them now to have the restaurants recognized in the South, totally amazing. And I love Michelin stars, and you guys know that. I love going to a Michelin star restaurant.
Yeah.
But what I'm more happy about is what Michelin calls their Bib Gourmand restaurants. Those are the ones that you can go to that maybe have a little lower price point and they're almost right there for a Michelin star. And just seeing some of those people that I know, or some of them chefs, I mean, I know some Michelin star chefs, not to humble brag, but anyway, but just to say, just to see those Bib Gourmand restaurants on there as well, it makes me really happy.
And it's the Vietnamese restaurant, East Charlotte, that gained that designation, which is just like in a strip mall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
hole in the wall, best restaurants ever.
Right next to a tire store. I love Lang Van.
Excellent. Lang Van?
Lang Van.
Okay, awesome.
Right next to a tire store. But you know what?
Which is appropriate.
They're so, and they're so nice. I mean, when you walk in there, and the great thing about them is when the pandemic hit and, restaurants had a hard time. Just getting people, you couldn't have people in. And I know North Carolina, I was in Pennsylvania at the time, but I know North Carolina was a lot stricter with their rules. They almost closed. And people loved this restaurant so much. They did a fundraiser to help them stay open. They sold T-shirts. And if you can go online, it's hard to find a T-shirt. If you find one, you should get one. But but it has their storefront. It says Lang Van, but in quotes, it has the one saying that the owner says every time, no matter what the customer, and it's "see you tomorrow." When you walk out of the door, she goes, "See you tomorrow." And it is one of those things. And to see them come from that point to where they almost closed and couldn't feed their family to now, I mean, I'm telling you, if you're going there for lunch today or the next couple of days, you're probably going to have a harder time getting in.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because as soon as those designations come out, everybody starts going to those places.
That's true.
Yeah, putting their name on the map. I got to say, I love looking at these designations because that's what I add to the list on places to take my wife whenever we're going to have a nice bougie dinner or something like that. And you're always looking for areas to check out. So it's great to have them local. One in North Carolina, South Carolina as well. Actually, a good friend of mine, his brother-in-law is a chef there for what was Scoundrel. There we go.
That's a fun name.
Which is a fun name, and knowing him, he's a fun guy too. So
yeah,
I'm like, and it's a great place. I've already been there.
You have been a Scoundrel. What was your experience like?
I was at Scoundrel, I would say probably a month ago or right before, and I knew they were going to get the star. I didn't know they were going to get the star. I didn't know they were going to get the star.
Good job.
I just know that it was good enough to have a star. Let's put it that way.
Okay,
it was good enough to have a star. Actually, I was in Greenville. I was walking around. I didn't realize it was Greenville Restaurant Week. I walk in. I was just going for their burger, their happy hour meal. I wanted to eat some snails and some other stuff. And then they go, "Hey, it's Restaurant Week. Snails are already on the menu. Do you just want to go ahead and have the rest of the meal?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do that."
Yeah, for sure.
And
you don't got to ask me twice.
I'm just telling you, everyone who's there, they love the happy hour. They love the ambiance of the place. And every meal there, you could tell the people really care. Like they were talking to you, finding out how it's going. People were coming over going, "Is everything okay?" And that's the other part of it. Not only is the food good, but the people, is the way the people treat you that makes these restaurants top of the
So, Will, question. Do you feel like this award finally silences the critics that Charlotte doesn't have a food scene?
Because
I hear that
so much.
I will say, okay, if it was a shout that Charlotte didn't have good restaurants, now we're at a whisper. I mean, until we start getting a few more, then I think they will really say, "Hey, the food scene is great." I mean, I think the food scene is amazing here. We've always got people that are turning out new things and new stuff. And I mean, just look at the recommended list.
The recommended list was great. Yeah, Supperland, which I've been to, loved. Ted, you and I, with our spouses, went to Haverdish. Will, I know you love Haverdish. Their fried chicken was so good. But my favorite on the list is Kindred. In Davidson, if you guys haven't been, so they have the bread. They have milk bread in Davidson at the college there, but then also in Plaza Midwood. They just opened up a place called Albertine. I know way too much about this family. Here it is.
This is just a Michelin guide for not
okay, all right. They own one more called Hello Sailor, which is my personal favorite. It's up closer to us on Lake Norman. So just like the Kindred family, just like decided to go all out on restaurants, and they do a fantastic job.
Nice.
Get the milk bread.
I will add this one last thing for Lang
so much
Van,
to talk about.
For Lang Van, You know it's good when we all know that there's a certain television competition show that's being shot here.
Mm-hmm.
They went there?
They went there not once, several times.
Several times?
Wow.
So that shows
I'm
you
nerdy.
how great the show is.
The
restaurant. The restaurant.
They're both great.
They're both great. Sorry.
Fantastic.
I just got confused.
All right.
I'm with it.
Well, now that we are all very hungry, everyone go to Lang Van. I can't wait. Some pho sounds amazing right now with all the weather that we've had. Yeah. All right. It is fall. We know that travel season is going to pick up. So our Make Hay Beeler posed a very interesting question today during the show. We'll tell you what that is when we come back. Welcome back. We're just going to start that way. All right.
We're fine.
We're going.
Yeah,
We're
this is
fine.
good.
This is good. This is.
I have my charm. I don't need the turbulence. I already have my charms with me.
This was the first and last time that Will joined us on Morning Edition. We scared him away.
He's having fun.
He's having the best time.
It is.
So Makey Wheeler, our chief transportation correspondent, she had a story today that there's a lot of uncertainty with flying right now. Will, you just traveled. I just traveled not too long ago by plane. Ted drove to Atlanta, right?
Yeah, I drove.
Okay, cool. So this doesn't apply to you, but there's a lot of uncertainty, right, with TSA lines and traffic controllers, and things are fine, honestly. First of all, say thank you to the TSA people. They appreciate it. It could make their day. We know that. Air traffic control, that's all fine. They've been overworked, but like your safety is not at risk. But that spurred a conversation and a study about superstitions when people fly. A surprising amount of people kind of have a routine or bring things along with them if they're an anxious flyer, and research has showed that helps calm your nerves, right? Whatever you have to do. So that could be a lucky rabbit's foot, a horseshoe was thrown out there. Some people knock on the plane 3 times before they get in. They won't sit in row 13. Some planes don't even have a row 13. But when you think about it, there's always going to be a 13th row. It's just not called that.
Yeah.
I digress. So
it's the exit row.
a lot of we all love to travel. So do you guys have any superstitions around traveling?
I will say my mom, she's, and I wouldn't really call it a superstition, but she's very much, every time I fly, she's like, I'm going to pray for you. I'm thinking about you. I hope the spirits keep you safe.
Yeah.
She's going to watch us today and be like, that's not my accent. But
She's gonna be like, Austin, how dare you?
She's just a sweet Southern woman. But no, I mean, seriously, she's every time she flies or I fly, she's like, all right, come on, just get us there. And every time we land, she's like, all right, we're good. So it's not so much a superstition, more of a spirituality thing. I can't really say I have one, but I was telling you before, Annie, like I have a routine, and that it's a very specific routine. I wear a very certain hoodie. I have my hat. I get on, and now, again, I worked third shift for 10 years. So when I get on a plane, I sit next to the window usually, and I pull that hat down, hood over, and I'm out the entire flight. I'm sleeping through the whole
Do you wear that because it's comfortable, or because you think that it's like lucky in some way of like everything's going to go smoothly because I wear this outfit?
It's been long enough now that it might. Now that I'm reflecting
might
on
be a little
it might,
superstitious?
yeah.
Huh.
There's a very specific routine to it. I don't want to, I don't like turbulence, even though Maykay and everyone else who flies will tell you like, oh, it's not that bad when they're in the cockpit. They're used to this, it's much worse for them. And I don't want to think about it. I don't want to feel it.
Yeah.
So I guess the routine has become a little bit of a superstition.
Things revealed.
Learning something new about myself.
How about you guys, Ted and Will?
My good luck charm is just getting there early. That's it. Like if I don't miss the plane, that's a lucky flight. That's how that goes.
There you go.
I know some folks they tap the outside of the fuselage before getting in. They have their good luck charm that they bring with them, or they clap when the plane lands.
Those people.
Yeah, those people.
Those people.
I am not one of them. I have clapped when the plane landed, but that was for an emergency landing.
Okay.
There was smoke on the plane, and the pilot took us from 30,000 feet to the ground in like 10 minutes. So I'm a clap for that one, but outside of that, I just want to get there early, drink my water, eat my crackers, wait till they call my group, and I'm getting on the plane. That's how I stay lucky.
Ted's like a toddler sitting at the gate with his crackers and his drink.
Will you have?
I am totally different about this because, and I'll give you a quick little story. I recently just traveled I left from work. People were like, "You're going to be late," and I'm like, "No, I'm good." And they're like, "We're going to be late." I was like, "Don't worry, I'm good." My plane took off at 12:20.
Mm-hmm.
I left from here at 11:20. Now we know how
I would have said
we know how close we are to the airport.
yes, we do.
Ooh, still.
But
Got to long-term parking 11:30.
okay.
I drove past the bus that was coming around the corner, so I parked at the last stop. Got on the bus in the terminal by 11:41.
Okay.
TSA pre-check and global entry is a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Got through security at 11:50.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the plane in my seat by 12:20 or 12:06.
Wow.
12:06. Plane takes off.
Turn my camera off this time.
12:06.
Guy.
You're the reason airport theory exists.
Yeah,
Yes.
you are the reason. So,
Yes.
I mean,
But
when everything goes well.
yeah, when it goes well. But I also carry 4 crystals that I travel with. Now,
Now we're talking.
Yeah. We
We're
are
talking.
now we got the juice.
so my mother is like Austin's mother as well. There's always a prayer. I'll pray for you.
Yep.
And whenever I'm traveling, I just tell my mom I'm running to 7-Eleven because I don't like her to worry. So
Give me a Slurpee while you're there.
So I go, hey, just letting you know I'm going to 7-Eleven. And she goes, where's the 7-Eleven at? And then I'll just say wherever we're going.
That's funny.
Morocco.
I like that. Morocco.
Yeah.
Somewhere overseas.
You know there's 7-Eleven where you're going.
Yeah. And so she's just like, I'll pray for you. But I do also have like a clear quartz crystal and another crystal. And so that's, so I use that. And it's in my backpack all the time. So it's not only with me when I fly on a plane, but whenever I'm traveling here for work or anything else.
I like that. Okay,
that
so
thing
some
on
fun
you.
things. Yeah, I was going to say, I was trying to keep that on you.
Clarify.
I don't have any superstitions per se, but now that Austin brought up the outfit, I kind of have like a travel uniform.
Yes.
I would call it more of a uniform because it's comfies, not because I think it's going to get us there safely. Jason and I were talking about this when we were having that chat with May-Kay, that when there's turbulence, yeah, like I might say a little prayer, or if I'm just feeling particularly anxious for no particular reason at all, before we take off, then I might say that. But these days flying with a 1-year-old, I'm just praying that like I survive the flight, not because the plane went down or anything bad happened, but just that like we're fighting for our lives, like passing this little hot potato back and forth, and that she doesn't scream. But no, I don't have any superstitions. May-Kay said that she always when doing her checks, she would give the airplane a little pat. And then when she was done with her flight, she always thanked the plane, which I like. And she says they have souls.
As someone who's got
really believe it.
40 years flying professional, maybe
There's something to it.
we learned a little something from May-Kay today.
Yes, we always learn something from May-Kay. But very interesting to see what people do. As long as you get there on time. My husband almost missed his flight traveling for work many a time. I get a text a lot that's like, I ain't gonna make it. He makes it every single time.
Get him some crystals.
I know, right?
Some
He
crystals.
makes it.
Now we're
He makes
talking.
it. He does. I don't know how he does it, but I get the text pretty often like, no, this isn't gonna work. And then, sure enough, he's on the airplane.
Look at God. I made it.
All right, everyone. Thank you, Will, for joining us today,
Will.
and for Austin. That does it for us for this episode of Morning Edition. We're doing another round of applause. Because why not? We're clapping when the plane lands. We've landed this plane.
Yes.
And we will see you next time on Morning Edition.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.